Hi everyone! Great to see you all today. Hope you had a really nice, another really nice long weekend. I did. It was very nice. Today is Tuesday, October 13th, and we're back for another full week this time. Class today and on Friday, so we had those short weeks before. Were you enjoying that? Yeah, I enjoyed it. But now we're back to having full week classes, 2 classes a week. Okay, so we have to keep going with stuff. Getting close to the midterm. It's going to be in a couple weeks at the end of the month. So I'll have more information about the midterm possibly next week. I'm kind of planning it right now. So maybe I can give you more information later. But yeah, the midterm is going to be just a writing test. I'm going to send a test to you that you can take. Anyway, so I want to keep going with some stuff. So this is now, oh wow, we're pushing on. Unit 7 in the textbook, kind of going fast. But that's okay. And what we got is we're going to talk about comparing things, comparing two things, comparing two types of food, comparing two kinds of animals, comparing clothes, comparing activities, sports, movies or different hobbies, school subjects. It could be many things. Comparing people even. So a person might ask you a question like, which do you prefer, hamburgers or pizza, right? Or people might ask, which do you prefer, cats or dogs? Which do you prefer, traveling in Korea or traveling abroad to another country? So we're going to kind of talk about that, and this Friday might be a speaking activity, one of the Kakao speaking activities. So I'll have more information about that a little later. But yeah, I think that's what we'll be doing on Friday. So this is what's called using the comparative. You can see it there, on top. And that's when, actually, let me just move this over here. If you have an adjective like cheap, sorry, there was a glare from the window there. If you have an adjective like cheap, you can say, if you're talking about food, you can say that kimbap is cheaper than steak. Okay? Kimbap is fairly cheap. A cheap food, right? Usually steak can be kind of expensive, right? Sometimes very expensive. So yeah, kimbap is cheaper than steak. So you put ER at the end of cheap. Same with these other ones, like tall. If you're talking about buildings, two of Seoul's most famous buildings or skyscrapers are the Yuksam building and the Lotte Tower, right? Yuksam building is kind of an old building, the 63 building, I should say. Should say the English name. Yeah, it's an older building, and it's 63 floors, right? That's why it's called the Yuksam building. 63 floors. But Lotte Tower, how tall is it? Actually, I don't really know, but I think the Lotte Tower is taller. I think it's more floors. Might be more than 100, the Lotte Tower. So yeah, it's taller. Okay. If we're talking about, well, we might, yeah. If we're talking about dogs and cats, I think I told you I have a dog. She's sleeping right now. And I used to have a cat as well. I like both dogs and cats. I don't know if I could say which one I like more. It's difficult. But maybe dogs are a pretty nice animal. I might say that dogs are nicer than cats. Sometimes cats can be kind of mean, can be kind of bad. They can do sometimes some bad things. And dogs are usually kind. So yeah, I'd probably say that dogs are nicer than cats. The adjective heavy, which heavy is spelled Heavy, but when using it this way, you change the Y to an I, so it's IER, heavier. Like, again, animals. Elephants are heavier than horses, right? They're heavier than horses. They weigh more. Okay. Now, so that's with some adjectives like cheap, tall, nice, and heavy, and some other ones. Other adjectives, instead of putting er at the end, sorry about the glare from the window. I'll try to fix that later. The er, you have more. Okay. More exciting. Oh, right. So I'm from Canada, and a popular sport in Canada maybe you know about is ice hockey. Hockey, as we just call it. And I think it's more exciting than golf. I think. I mean, sometimes this can depend on the person. Maybe other people think golf is exciting. I don't. Golf is nice. Golf can be nice and a nice relaxing sport, but I don't think it's very exciting. So hockey might be more exciting than golf. Interesting. Did I write one down? Oh, no, I didn't. School subjects. Maybe English is more interesting than math? What do you think? Agree? Disagree? Oh, I have to keep it over here, sorry. English is more interesting than math? I don't know. I think so. Again, it's my opinion. Maybe you think math is more interesting than English. It's okay. Beautiful. Is Jeju-do more beautiful than Gwangju? Again, I think so. You might think different, and that's okay. Yeah, a lot of the time this is just your opinion. Okay. Now, one thing you shouldn't do that it's common for Koreans studying English, and maybe other people studying English too, is they might say something like, if we go back to cheap, they might say something like, kimbap is more cheaper than hamburgers or steak. Yeah, I think I said steak before, right? Kimbap is more cheaper than steak. No more. It's just cheaper, okay? For these, you either put ER at the end or more before it. You don't use both. No more cheaper, more taller, more nicer, more heavier, okay? Okay, there are a few exceptions. Good, like if you're talking about soccer players, I think we can say Song Heung-min is a very good soccer player. Lee Jae-sung, though? Lee Jae-sung's good. Oh, I mean, Lee Jae-sung's still a good player, but who is better? Maybe Song Min is better than Lee Jae-sung? I think so. A better soccer player. And the opposite, bad, would be worse. Okay. And then a couple that are a little bit different. Usually when we have more, it's a longer word, like exciting, interesting, beautiful. It's usually a longer word. Short words might have ER at the end. Long words have more before it. Okay. One case that's a bit different is fun, which is more fun. Like maybe Everland is more fun than Familyland. Again, my opinion, but I don't know. Maybe you think different. It's okay. A reason is because it's a bit strange saying funner. We don't say funner. Because following these rules, it really should be funner. But we don't say that. It's more fun. And the similar word funny, they're not the same. We change to funnier. I might say Dongmul Nongjang is funnier than Il. My opinion. I think Dongmul Nongjang is very funny and cute. So, yeah. Oh, I'm just gonna move a little bit. My feet are hurting. So, good. Okay, well let's do a couple of examples, and this is something I'm planning to have for maybe both the midterm exam and the final exam. So this might be a good one to know and to practice. Maybe we'll also do this on Friday. Finally got a board eraser. So look at this question. Which do you prefer, cats or dogs? Just talked about that one. And for me, that's a hard one because I like both animals. There's sort of four types of people in this situation. People who prefer cats, who prefer dogs, who like dogs and cats, like me, or a person who doesn't like dogs and doesn't like cats. But still, which do you prefer? Even if you like both, or you don't like either, you still might prefer one. Okay? So, let's start with cats. Now, what can be some different... let's make a list on the board first. Some different adjectives and reasons you might like cats. So cats and kittens, baby cats, they're so cute, right? So let's write that down. They're cute. And using the comparative, we might say they are cuter. So just put an R at the end of that. So maybe if you like cats more, you might say cats are cuter than dogs. If you like dogs more, you might say the opposite. You might say dogs are cuter than cats. Okay. A thing cats are kind of famous for is they're always cleaning. Like cats are famous for being pretty clean animals. It's easy to train a cat to go to the toilet in what we call a litter box. So they go to the toilet in one place and they don't go to the toilet anywhere. Dogs, especially puppies, like little babies, they go to the toilet everywhere. Dogs can sometimes eat bad things and stuff. So I think if you like cats more, you might say that cats are cleaner. Cleaner than dogs, right? Cats. I used to have a cat. I had a female cat called Konyimi. Konyimi was so cute. And a nice thing about having Konyimi was I could go away. I could take a trip with my wife to Jeju-do for the weekend and just leave some food and some water and toys for Konyimi, and she's okay. Can't do that with a dog. A cat you can leave for a couple days, but a dog you can't. You can't do that. A dog needs people. So maybe should leave room. I might say that cats are very independent animals. They don't always need people. We can leave them alone for longer. So compared to dogs, maybe they are more independent. Finally, one more here. Kind of similar to being more independent. It's pretty easy having a cat. You leave food, you leave water, you have some toys, and cat maybe wants to play sometimes, but a cat also likes being alone and doing other things. So I think we can say they are. Get out the red. It's easier. Cats are easier to look after than dogs. Okay. So, with all that said, I'll just try to write out a full sentence. I have maybe 3 good reasons here. We'll get to dogs in a minute. But cats are cuter, cleaner, more independent. So full sentence, maybe cats are cuter, cleaner, more independent, and easier to look after than dogs. When using a full sentence, using the comparative, after you've listed different comparatives, you should always put a than after, before the other object. Like, for example, I also said before, ice hockey is more exciting than golf. English is more interesting than math. The Lotte Tower is taller than the Yuxan building. Excuse me. Okay, let's get to dogs now. Just take a sip of water here. Now, if you like dogs more, I should say, because I like dogs too. Again, like cats, you might say that dogs are cute. Dogs and puppies are so cute. right? So again, dogs are cuter. Maybe dogs are... Oh. Dogs, I think, are helpful animals. They help people with many things, right? There are rescue dogs who help find people. There are dogs at the airport who smell people's luggage, smell their bags for some bad stuff. There's dogs that help people who can't see, people who are blind. Usually nice big Labrador dogs help people who can't see with walking. Even at home, if a bad person comes to your house to steal something from your house, if you have a dog, the dog might bark, mong mong, right? Dogs are trying to help. A cat in that situation would just get scared and go hide. Maybe cats aren't too helpful as animals. Maybe they eat mice, so that's good. But dogs maybe are a lot more helpful. Maybe also dogs are friendly. Very friendly animals. Always happy to see you. They like people. They usually like people a lot. Usually. So friendly we change to friendlier. Sometimes people will say more friendly, but I prefer friendlier. And what other one? Oh, yeah. Kind of similar to them being friendly is dogs enjoy playing a lot. Maybe sometimes a cat can be a bit boring, but dogs always want to play. They are very playful. Maybe. Didn't leave a lot of space here, but it's okay. Maybe more playful than cats. So again, if we write a full sentence, and I want you to try to write and speak using full sentences. So this is important. More helpful. More playful than cats. So yeah, here we have dogs are cuter, more playful, friendlier, and more helpful, friendlier, and more playful than cats. Okay. So, sorry this is going a bit long, but I kind of like to do this a bit more. Now, let's try another one. Beer or soju. Okay, we're going to talk about comparing beer and soju. Again, maybe you like both beer and soju. Maybe, do you like somek? Poktanju, that kind of thing, like mixing? Ooh. Maybe you like both. Maybe you don't like beer, you don't like soju. But still, which do you prefer? If you had to say which one is better than the other. Okay. So, let's make a list. Let's start with beer. Now, if you like beer more, you probably say that beer is delicious. Yeah, so it would be, for you, it would be more delicious. Yeah. Oh, a good term for beer is that, oops. I used to drink beer. I used to enjoy beer a lot, but I quit drinking beer a while ago. But one of my favorite times to have beer was in the summer on a hot day. It's a hot day and you drink a cold beer. We say that the beer is very refreshing. Cold beer on a hot day is very refreshing. So we would say that it is more refreshing. Beer is also really various. There's a lot of choices of beer out there. Lots of different countries. A lot of different flavors, colors. Beer from different parts of Asia. Like there's Korean beers, but then there's beers in all different parts of Asia. Europe, North America, Australia. There's beer everywhere, I think, or just about everywhere. So I think maybe you can say that beer is more various than soju. Soju is really just a Korean thing, and it's, you know, if you have ipseju, if you have Halasan soju, they're all, what's the difference? Chamisil, they're pretty similar, right? And what was the other one? Oh, yes. Of course, maybe a lot of you like Chimek. But maybe, do any of you like Chiso? Chicken and soju? Chicken and soju, I don't know. It's good with chicken, right? Beer's very good with chicken. They're a good match together. They pair well, as we say. So, we change good to better. I think most people in Korea would say that beer is better with chicken. Yeah? Okay. So again, maybe I won't write out another full sentence, but in a full sentence, you'd say beer is more delicious, more refreshing, more various, and better with chicken than soju. Right? Okay. Soju, let's make a list. After that, we'll finish for today, okay? So just a little more. DNA. Soju. Now, again, maybe you think soju is delicious. And maybe you think soju is more delicious than beer. Sure, that's fine. It's an easy one. I don't think this is always the case. Like if the soju is cheap, sometimes it is, sometimes it isn't. If you go to the store, a mart, usually soju is cheaper than beer, right? At like a shiktang or something, they might be closer to the same, but from a store, soju is much cheaper than beer. Soju is also stronger. Soju is usually something like 18 shipal %. alcohol, and beer is usually about 5 or so. So maybe you like to have drinks that are strong. Maybe you want to get drunk easier to get drunk. So maybe you want something stronger anyway. So, and what food is good with soju? Well, there's many. Now, soju is a Korean drink, and usually soju goes well with a lot of Korean food. Not all Korean food. I mean, jeon. Usually Koreans enjoy jeon with makgeolli or dongdongju, right? But a lot of different kinds of Korean, like samgyeopsal, and a lot of kinds of like what was sundae-gukbap and haejanguk and galbi, ramen, a lot of seafood. Yeah, I think soju is really good with Korean food. Said before that beer is really good with chicken. Well, soju is really good with Korean food, so maybe we can say it's better. Again, maybe not all Korean food, but maybe more Korean food tends to be better with soju than with beer. I don't know. Beer. I don't know if I've liked any Korean foods. Maybe something like galbi-jjim is pretty good with beer, but it's good with soju too. So I don't know. And like dak galbi, that's actually really good with cola. But yeah, I think soju is better with Korean food. Oh, sorry, I didn't write food. Better with Korean food than beer. So yeah, again, if you're making a full sentence, if you prefer soju, you would say soju is more delicious, cheaper, stronger, and better with Korean food than beer. Okay? So yeah, oh, this is a long one. Oh. Well, that's all we've got. There is a short assignment for today that I'd like you to do, just 1 page. And I'll send out more information about the Kakao speaking activity. It'll be just like the one we did a few weeks ago where you call me up. I'll send out early on Friday. I'll send out some information, and maybe you can call me between certain time. Okay. Okay, good. So that's all for today. So it was nice talking to you, and I hope you enjoyed this lesson. Until next time, we'll see you next time. Right? Okay. Bye.